Hi everyone, Joe for JaspysCaseBreaks.com coming at you with a full case of 2024 Panini Select Baseball. It's a 12-boxer. It's pick your team to all card ship. There's the whole case right there. It's sort of a longer break, so settle in and good luck. So here on a Sunday, the 13th, the day in which Rory McIlroy won the Masters and is now has the career Grand Slam. Adam Copperman with a bunch of teams for Last Spot Mojo. Thanks to him. Thanks to everybody. If you have a rooftop next to your name, that means you won that in the team random. This means Brian won a spot in the team random in the filler for the filler and then got the ace. So you get what I'm saying. There you go. All right. There's everybody right here. There's the case. Good luck, everyone. Just before the video, Rex was talking about how P. Cole Armstrong, I guess, turned down a $75 million extension and then had a 2-homer night tonight against my Dodgers. Yeah, I guess he's betting on himself, Rex. I guess he believes that he's going to have a huge season. All right, so here's what we're looking for here. 2 autographs, 1 memorabilia card per box on average. Jeremy's saying Major League Baseball, he's stopped these teams from deferring money for years and still make these teams pay up and not kick the can. They are paying because so it's not like I think a lot of people are like, oh man, wait till that bill comes due for the Dodgers and all the other teams are deferring money. But the way that it's been collectively bargained, I'm fairly certain that the teams have to put the money in escrow somewhere. They have to put it in an account somewhere that they can't touch. Just so they'll have that money afterwards to pay. So there's no risk of... So the Dodgers are paying the salary. It's just not going to Ohtani right now. But Major League Baseball agreed to it, though, Jeremy. That's part of the collective bargaining agreement. So Major League Baseball and the Players Union looked at it and said, yeah, that's allowed. So Major League Baseball agreed to it as well. So yeah, all these terms, all these rules that Major League Baseball have, they all have to be agreed upon by both the league and the Players Union. And a lot of people mischaracterize it as a loophole. It's not a loophole. It's something that all teams can use to their advantage. All right, so just in the interest of time, like this Kobe Mayo right here, 61 out of 199 is going to go to Jeff and the Orioles. We're going to set that aside right here, and I'm going to sleeve those up for the sorting and shipping team after the break. So just so the video will be a tiny bit faster. All right, here's a nice Jacob Wilson going to Brian and the A's. 2-color patch, an autograph, 10 out of 35 RPA, and I'll do a recap at the end of the break as well. There's Drew Gilbert, 41 out of 49 for the Mets. Here's Jackson Chourio, nice, and a Adrian Santana relic that's going to go to Tampa Bay. And that will be for Tyler and the Rays. Here's an Alex Clemente, 50 out of 99. So we'll restock our blank cards right here as well. Now, stuff that's a little bit more notable, like this James Wood. Silver for David we'll sleeve right away. That's a Premier edition. I think there's only 3 tiers, right? Concourse, Premier, Field Level maybe? And of course a tricolor Jackson Chourio, Mike with Milwaukee. That's Concourse level right there. Yes. Yeah, Rex, correct. I think teams still have to pay the deferred money somewhere else. You know, and I think that was specifically in the collective bargaining agreement. So, like, you know, teams can't pretend players will still get their money eventually. The Bobby Witt Jr. to 199. That will be for the Royals. That's going to go to Bennett. And the Pee Wee Reese, old Dodger, going to Jorge. But I don't know if they can write that money off on taxes. I don't know how that part works. Here's a Ethan Salas, 004 out of 149. I think it might be an interesting case study. Actually, let me finish this box first. There's Maui Ahuna, 15 out of 99. Diamond Action Signatures will be for the Giants. Adam with San Francisco. And the Sean Sullivan to 149 will go to the Rockies. That'll go to Zachary. We got a gold, Connor Norby, 6 out of 10. That will be for Brian and the Fish. All right, low numbered cards we'll take care of right away. Skeens right here. Phenomenon insert. Here's the Big Hurt. Here's a Caminero that we'll sleeve up later on. And a Pudge. So nice start. Obviously, Skeens parallels I'll take care of right away, but just the base Skeens we're going to avoid.
This real quick. 25-foot whale washed up on Huntington Beach.
Oh my god. Is that real?
Yeah.
That got far up. That must have been high tide, maybe? That got far up the beach.
Yeah, I don't know if they moved it already.
Oh, it looks like they moved it already, but that's crazy.
25-foot whale washed up.
No, an interesting case study for I guess the tax world is when Ohtani gets his deferrals. Are they gonna, when he gets paid, what if his residency is somewhere else and not in California? So I think there might be some tax stuff that might have to be hashed out at some point. I don't know what California tax law is regarding that. But when Ohtani starts getting checks, 10 years after he retires, right? What if he moves back to Japan? I don't know what the tax implications are for that. So California's wondering, are we going to be able to tax any of that at any point? So that might be something interesting to look at. But I don't know if the teams can get taxed off that. I do know that, teams can pretty much invest that somewhere. And, I think teams like the Dodgers will probably actually, make more money off of that than they do paying out Ohtani. Which is what every team can do, but they don't want to. Here's Jim Palmer to 199 for the Orioles. Here's a Jackson Chourio numbers card. More gold. Pete Rose. 7 out of 10. Love seeing a lot of gold here. That's going to go to Scott and the Reds. Picked up the Reds straight up. 12 out of 99. Cade Horton. It's going to go to the Cubs. The guy ripped a ball out of... Oh, I did not see that moment, Rex. Yeah, you're going to have to... Rex, you have to keep me posted on all of the goings-on in baseball over the past 4 days because I've only been watching the Masters and consuming Masters content. Another Sean Sullivan. Here's a Jacob Wilson. Rookie relic for Oakland. Bryant. Chad Dodd knows a little thing or two about taxes. Deductions for the Dodgers are created when he is paying evenly over the life of the contract as he is playing. Wait, so they do get deductions? Only when he's playing, though. When he's not playing, they don't. There's a Jackson Merrill rookie card for the Padres. And a Diamond Action signature. That's Ricky Tiedemann. That's going to go to Coppola and the Blue Jays. We had a Yogi Berra here to 149. And a Bruce Bochy. That's going to be for Scott and the Rangers. 11 out of 99. Nice, great career for Boch.
Bank of America invites kids 6 to 18 to golf with us as we support the next generation, finding out what's possible.
Oh, so the Dodgers will get deductions, huh?
What would you like the power to
$71 this year, and every year he's playing under the contract. Couple things here. And remember Adam Jones? He was pretty good. All right, so we got a couple Skeens cards. Here's a turbocharge insert, the Caminero. The Robert Hassel for David is going to be out of 99. And this Skeens right here, all these will be going to David and the Pirates as well. We're going to sleeve all those up after the break, just to save myself a little time. Jacob saying the Trout situation was a little different because they ruled the ball was already in the stands, so fans have free reign to go after the ball even if the players are reaching. I'm probably wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what the explanation was from the umps. Right, I think that would be the difference, right? Maybe they already declared it a foul ball while Mookie's ball was still technically in play. Gotcha. So Chad's saying they don't get a deduction when they actually pay out the contract unless there's different rules. It needs to follow the matching principle. It must be crazy doing taxes for like a Major League Baseball team. Yeah, it's gotta be complicated. So Trout's glove was close around the ball and the guy ripped it out? Well, Trout didn't catch it first though, right? I guess I'll have to watch the play. All right, onwards.
This game opens up doors no matter who you are, no matter where you come from. It's a game that can bring people together.
Here is Rhett Lauder to 199. That'll be for Scott and the Reds. And here is Adrian Santana, Tampa Bay Rays. That's going to go to Tyler. More gold, and it's Colson Montgomery gold to 10. 2 out of 10. Adam and the White Sox. And here is Braden Taylor, 44 out of 49. And here is Ching-Ming Wang, 11 out of 149. That's for the Yankees. That's going to be for Matt Smith. Here's James Wood, rookie card for David. So Brock Wilken. And we've got a Dustin Pedroia autograph laser show. That's going to go to Jacob and the Red Sox. 33 out of 35. So he caught it, closed his glove, and the guy pulled it out of the glove? Frank's also saying Trout met the fan and his son after the game for a meet and greet and an autographed ball for them. The Caminero rookie card. Miles Naylor, 99. Here's a Pedro Martinez to 199. Mets edition. That'll be for James in New York. And here's a Kevin McGonagall? Like Professor McGonagall? At Hogwarts? 33 out of 49. Maybe no relation there. Detroit. That'll be for Michael and the Tigers. All right, another box. Halfway through the first half. We're about 16 minutes, so yeah, I think about an hour, right? 15 minutes per 3 boxes. Oh, because the guy was apologetic when he realized it was Trout he was fighting for with the ball. Yeah, the heat of the moment when a foul ball comes your way, all logic goes out the window. So what was the rule? Jacob was saying that the ruling was a foul ball then. Maybe the umps got it wrong. All right, another box. There's a Marcelo Meyer, 17 out of 25 tie-dye. That's going to go to Jacob. Love those tie-dye looks. Remember, these tricolor ones are not numbered. That Albert Pujols. There's Dion. Number all card ship here. McCovey, 83 out of 149. That'll be for the Giants. That's going to go to Adam. Got the Giants. And here is James Wood, rookie relic. Some nice color there. There you go, David. Got the Nationals straight up.
9. Excuse me, 9. My 9 iron on 11. Thank you. I just tried to draw on there and started.
39 out of 49.
That's not what I saw. And I did the same thing on 17 at the Pine Straw. Just went dead left on me. Gotta get better.
There's Ralphie Velasquez. That's going to be 10 out of 49 for Cleveland. That's going to be for Frank. All those Jackson Merrill's going to go to Nancy and the Padres. And here is a Xavier Isaac. Tampa Bay. Tyler with Tampa Bay. Regular topplers on my left. Nice. And this Caminero will go to you too as well, Tyler. Here is a... Also, that'll be a randomizer at the end. Someone's going to get all those Bud Selig cards, whether you want them or not. There's Rhino to 199. Cubs, that'll be for Jeremy H.
this. When the elbow's down, Brody had unfinished business. You know, he stole the US Open from him last year in Rory's head, and he was not going to get another major championship going from him.
There's another base Skeens. Thomas White to 149. That's for Miami. That'll be for Brian. And we got a Francisco Velorio autograph. Purple parallel. 32 out of 35. That's going to go to the Yankees. That'll be for Matt Smith. And look at that. Nice tricolor Paul Skeens. This is the kind of stuff we want to see. David with the Pirates. And there's a red turbocharged Bryce Matthews to 99. That's going to go to Aaron and the Houston Astros. Yeah, I'll have to look at that Trout outfield incident. Bryson DeChambeau annoyed that Rory didn't talk to him all around. Rory was just in like Michael Jordan, Tiger Woods mode. He was trying to win the Masters. Not there to chit chat. All right, another box. Carson Wisenhunt to 49. That's going to go to Adam and the Giants. Got Emmett Sheehan for the Dodgers. That's to 199. That'll go to Jorge and the Dodgers. And this Evan Carter relic, rookie relic, going to go to Scott and the Rangers. Scott Anderson. I think we got a couple Scotts in this break. Scott Eckert and a Scott Anderson. 19 out of 99 on that. Another base Caminero for Tyler. Jonathan Clase. And a silver Jackson Merrill. That's going to go to Nancy and the Padres. And that is concourse level. And the autograph is Jack Leiter. Purple rookie auto for the Rangers, Scott Anderson. 27 out of 35. Jacob Wilson and a redemption. So the Jacob Wilson for the A's to 199. And the redemption is Jackson Chourio. That's Mike. Mike G picked up the Brew Crew straight up. Congrats.
Why settle for what's possible? When you can push beyond the imaginable.
Milwaukee. Here's a Roman Anthony. 35 out of 49 for Jacob and the Red Sox. Most scouting publications have him as the #1 overall prospect. going into the 2025 season. There's a George Brett. And the Brett is 30 out of 149. That'll be for Bennett and the Royals. All right, box 6 of 12. Let's see. I think all games are a final today. We're getting into a really good part of the sports calendar, ladies and gentlemen. Got NBA playoffs. We got the start of the baseball season. Stanley Cup playoffs are going to be underway. Giants beat the Yankees 5-4. Jung-Hoo Lee with 2 homers. Interesting. I guess we never really saw what he could do last season, what he's capable of. But if he could be like a 20-30 guy, 20 homers, 30 stolen bases, he's got a pretty high average too. So the Giants wouldn't mind that. He's got a lot of speed in the outfield, so he's got a good glove as well. In extras, Blue Jays beat the Orioles 7-6. I guess a Miles Straw infield single was the difference maker. Yandy Diaz had a solo homer in the Rays' 8-3 win over the Braves. Royals beat the Guardians 4-2. Right, and we'll go through some of the other games in the next ball. Ooh, Zebra, Bo Jackson. These are short prints. That's going to go to Bennett and the Royals. Nice. This guy knows. Bo knows. Here's a Tony Gwynn. To 99, Nancy and the Padres. Brady House to 199 for David and the Nats. And here's a tie-dye, Bryce Eldridge. It's for Adam and the Giants. Seven out of 25. Love the tie-dye. It's definitely a signature of this select product. Always looks nice. There's a red Noah Schultz to 149. It's going to go to the White Sox. That'll be for Adam. And a Jackson Churio Premier for the Brewers. There's a Xavier Isaac to 149 for the Rays. And here is another one for San Francisco. Maui Ahuna. That will be for Adam and the Giants. It's one of his Last Spot Mojo teams. 70% of the time, Last Spot Mojo hits all the time. There's a purple Silas Arduin. Also, different orange team. I was going to say Giants, but this is Orioles. Jeff with the O's. There's Brady House. 20 out of 49. That's going to be for David and the Nats. Another prospect coming up the ranks there. Supposed to be pretty good. There's a Tekoa Roby to 199 for the Cardinals. That's going to go to Greg. Red Adam Wainwright, 148 out of 149, also for Greg and the Cardinals. A nice little color match. And a Paul Skeens autograph. There you go. David Millell picked up the Pirates straight up and is rewarded with a red auto. 81 out of 99. Nice. Congrats. All right, we are halfway through this case. Second half coming up. So last night Thomas pulled a Ventura auto. Nice. When we were talking about needing to see a Nolan Ryan, we talked about that fight many times. We're talking about that being the best fight ever. Best baseball fight? Yeah, the Nolan Ryan Ventura fight has to be the best on-field baseball fight, right? There was a time that Tommy Pham like hit Jock Peterson, but I think that was before. It was pregame maybe. Oh, what do you guys think? What are some of the best baseball fights? Yeah, the Rougned Odor Bautista. That's a pretty good one. There was a fight. I forget who it was. Jose Ramirez, Tim. Was that even a fight? Didn't like Tim Anderson square up to punch, but didn't land a single punch or something like that? There was one where I feel like there was like this Reds relief pitcher, like wanted to take on the entire team and then ran away. I feel like that was kind of a funny fight. All right, here's some more tie-dye. It's Bryce Eldridge. That's 6 out of 25 for Adam and the Giants. Here is Evan Carter to 199. It's going to be for Scott Anderson and the Rangers. And here is a Carson Williams autograph for Tyler and the Tampa Bay Rays. That's right, Amir Garrett. That's exactly who I'm talking about. Thanks, Tyler and Jacob. Here's Jacob Gonzalez for the White Sox to 99. And a Drew Jones piece of the jersey going to Nancy and the Snakes. That was kind of a funny fight. Here's a nice tricolor Jackson Merrill going to Nancy and the Padres. Amir Garrett, that was a good one. Who was the Giants reliever who threw at Bryce Harper? Because he was on a completely different team, but he gave up a homer to Bryce Harper in the playoffs like 2 years before. And he was at a point in his career where he wasn't really a good relief pitcher, but he had held on to that for that long. And I guess was determined to hit him next time he saw Bryce Harper. Here's another tricolor Jackson Merrill and a gold Tommy Troy, both for Nancy. Snakes and Padres. I think one of the funnier things was, I think it was like a John Boy breakdown or something. Here's Gunnar. Oh, flipped around for no reason. It's Colson Montgomery to 199. I think Buster Posey was the catcher. And like you can kind of tell that Buster Posey wasn't too eager to get into the fight. And usually, guys are backing you up, but it was almost kind of obvious that Buster was like, please don't do this today. Here's Mike with the Brewers, gets the silver Churio. And there's a Kendall George tie-dye autograph. 13 out of 25 going to Jorge and the Dodgers. Nice. Could be part of the future. Hunter Strickland. There you go, Tyler. Spot on. Yeah, Hunter Strickland. Bryce went after him. I think he threw his helmet at him. He was furious. Here's an Austin Wells, 60 out of 99 for the Yanks. That's going to go to Matt. I do not remember that one. Javier Baez hit a homer off of Amir Garrett. He was swinging the... What, Amir Garrett was swinging the bat at Javier Baez? All right, empty box right here. OC Baseball Collector, Redondo Beach resident. Nice to see you guys here. Yeah. We've been doing this for a little while. Streaming on YouTube. We're also on Instagram and Fanatics Live. Group breaks, personal boxes. Have you been to the store? We're open Tuesday through Saturday. All right. Next box. Good luck, everybody. There's Jacob Mizorowski, 38 out of 199. I'm going to go with that for now. That'll be for the Brewers. That's going to go to Mike. Here's another numbers. Jackson Merrill. There's Roberto Alomar. That'll be to 149. Padres for Nancy. And here's a silver Skeens. Silver Skeens. Silver Skeens. Going to go to David and the Pirates. And that is premier level Skeens.
That's the slot. Any questions? Now with Workday, we can manage our people and AI agents. I'm sorry. Interns.
And we got Hurston Waldrop, rookie relic. That's going to be for the Braves. And that's going to go to Scott.
Support the next generation, finding out what's possible in golf and in life. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America.
Want the effects of Viagra, but faster?
Oliver, what's going on?
They contain sildenafil and tadalafil.
Nice, you have been to the shop. Nice, yeah, we do these group breaks nightly.
Connect with a medical provider.
Always a good way to see some previews of products maybe you're interested in, etc., etc.
I promise to put your interests first. Always.
I promise that our
33 out of 149, James Wood.
best investment decision
Ooh, piece of candy.
intersection of your money and your life where we can make the biggest difference.
Top loaders here. But Baez hit the home run, then was swinging the bat back and forth with both hands. Like he was brandishing this bat as a weapon against Amir Garrett. Well, if you buy a box, that would be on our Instagram channel. If you follow us at Jaspy's Breaks on IG, we've got a live stream there right now. That's where we do personal boxes. But yes, you can buy a box, and whoever the host is that night will open it for you when you're in the chat, and then you could, you can pick it up
That's why I use ZipRecruiter to hide them.
as well,
This feature called Zip Intro.
or we can mail it to you.
I chose the time and it did all of the work
There's a turbocharged Skeens and a white parallel Jackson Churio. Mike with the Brewers. It's 91 out of 99.
But the camera quality was so good, I wound up hiring four.
60 out of 75. Dylan Cruz. Jersey and autograph. David with the Nets. Nice break for you, David. You got the Skeens. You got the Dylan Cruz.
It's the first major of the year for the LPGA Tour.
There's Drew Jones to 149.
Golf Channel at Peacock.
Big swings, bigger savings.
There's another Skeens. Here's a Pedro Martinez, purple of 99. A Jackson Churio, another Skeens. Jackson Merrill, blue Jackson Merrill. Luis Baez. Diamond Action Signatures, that's going to go to Aaron and the Astros. There's a nice Jackson Merrill right there for Nancy. $199. Remember, we'll sleeve all of these after the break just to save a little time on the video here. Yeah, Jason does personals. You know, Jason does personals a few nights a week, I want to say. No, he's on Instagram 2 times a week. And then on YouTube a couple times a week. And on Fanatics the other couple times a week. I honestly don't know. I don't even know when you come in.
I'm here the same days as you, besides Sunday.
Yeah, and then who does IG?
Jason works Monday on Fanatics, Tuesday Instagram,
Okay.
Wednesday Fanatics, Thursday Instagram, and Friday on here.
Right. Right. There you go.
And Joe is Sunday through
Thursday.
Thursday on
Only on YouTube.
And I'm Monday through Friday only on Fanatics.
But tonight you're on Instagram
Yeah,
because you're covering for Clay, who usually does Instagram on Sundays.
yeah. And then Thomas does Fanatics on Thursdays, YouTube on Saturdays, and Fanatics on Sundays.
And then
Clay does Fanatics Friday, Saturday, and Instagram on Sundays.
there we go. And then
Everybody's Thursday.
and then Teddy.
Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday,
Saturday Instagram.
Yeah.
There you go.
Bang.
Oliver says hi.
Hey, Oliver. And then Ricky and Jeff.
Oh no, Bam! You were in the shop on Wednesday. Oliver says he was talking to your brother's baseball coach today.
Oh, nice.
Who currently coaches his son.
I have no idea who his coach is, though.
Who's the coach? Is it Skip Schumacher? Or one of the Garcia Parra brothers? Here's Kemp Alderman to 99. And we've got a Colt Keith rookie autograph. Nice. That's going to go to Michael in Detroit. Oh, Bam, sorry I missed you. Ah. Roberto Clemente, 73 out of 199. Bam, sorry, man. Yeah, I don't get to the shop until like just before 3 local time. Here's a green Wainwright, which should be out of 5. That's a train whistle. St. Louis, that's going to be Greg. All aboard the Big Hit Express. Woo-woo! Always nice to get low-numbered cards in kind of a bigger base set like this.
The very first week I ever worked for Golf Channel was 2001. The Masters, when Tiger Woods was going for the...
Oh, good. I'm glad. So you got to get some hats and stuff. Great. Here's Papelbon to 149. And here's Bernie Williams. Tie-dye. That's going to be for Matt and the Yankees. 5 out of 25.
Made a double bogey and 3 bogeys on the back 9. This particular week, he had 3 sixes, 2 sevens, and 33s. 33s. That is a historical record. There's never been a single player in the history of the Masters made 30.
There's a base Paul Skeens, Stan the Man Musial, Jackson Merrill, Deion Sanders to 199 for the Reds. That's going to go to Scott. And here is Adiel Amador. Rockies. That's going to go to Zachary and the Rocks. JV coach at Redondo. Here's a Bud Selak's going to be part of that randomizer at the end. Here's Greg Maddux to 99. James Wood rookie card. Ken Griffey Jr. to 99. And an Owen Cassie relic for Jeremy and the Cubs. Yeah, I think he did, right? Amador just got called up. Speaking of coaches, you see where David Ross is going to manage Team USA in the World Baseball Classic. I'll be honest with you, Rex, when I saw that comment out of the corner of my eye, I initially read that as Diana Ross is going to coach Team USA in the World Baseball Classic. And I was like, that's an interesting choice. Well, David Ross better not screw it up, Rex. We need one of those World Baseball Classic titles. After the disappointing loss last time around. Ah, Oliver, nice. Oliver saying Diana would have been a supreme selection. There you go. Oliver, how about Rory McIlroy with the Masters? Long time coming. Here's another Luis Tiant autograph. Red Sox. That's going to be Jacob. Here's an Aiden Miller, 55 out of 199. I think he's supposed to be kind of up there on the Phillies prospect list. There's another Paul Skeens phenomenon. Here's a James Wood rookie card. Ricky Henderson, RIP. Jackson Churio base. Ernie Banks, let's play 2 to 149. And the Noble Meyer, very noble. Going to Bryant and the Marlins. I know, Rory tried to lose it so many times, Ben, but I feel like I've not been invested in this, in a major golf tournament like this in a long time. But like, you know, you're hearing all these crazy stats. Anybody outside of the top 10 after the first round. Only 2 people, I think, outside it has ever won the Masters. I think it was both of them were Tiger Woods. You know, anyone who's had more than 2 double bogeys, or at least 2 double bogeys, has not gone on to win the Masters. Rory had 2 double bogeys in the first round, and again in the 4th round too, today's round. But Friday, Saturday shoots 66s. Just some amazing stuff. Here's Brock Wilken for the Brewers, Mike. But other times he would have just collapsed, but no, just a Herculean mental effort, I feel like, this time around, especially today. Here's a Marcelo Meyer tie-dye to 25. Nice. Jacob with the Red Sox. And Justin Rose chasing down Rory in the final round. Rory missing that putt on 18, forcing a playoff. Felt like Pinehurst all over again last year. Also, if you told me that I could see a playoff, right? But if you told me that I thought it was going to be like Rory Bryson playoff. If you told me it was going to be Rory Justin Rose, I would have been like, get out of here. Yeah, so many people after round 1 really happy that they didn't bet Rory, but yeah, now they got egg in their face. Can't believe he missed that putt on 18 though in regulation. Yeah, I want to see what the ratings are going to be like. This might be one of the highest, you know, I mean, sports, TV ratings in general are down because of all sorts of reasons. Right? Us, YouTube, streaming channels, blah, 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 blah. But I wouldn't be surprised if this is one of the more higher rated Sundays at the Masters, you know, in a number of years. Rory's, I think, I don't know, do casuals tune into the Masters, right, Oliver? I know golf in general is not getting huge ratings, but I feel like Sunday at the Masters is kind of something that even casual golf fans, I mean, you're going to have to be a golf fan to some degree, but that even casual golf fans will kind of turn on the TV and keep an eye on. And the storylines are right. You know what I mean? Rory hadn't won a major in, over 10 years. He's never won the Masters. It's all he needs for the career Grand Slam. One of only 6 players to do it now. So it's a pretty huge achievement. Here's Miles Naylor to 199. There's a Pete Rose and a Junior Caminero rookie card. And a silver Jackson Churio. Nice one for the Brewers. Mike. Right, Bam saying I had some mates that don't like golf watching today. Yeah. I think you need names. Phil, Tiger, Rory, kind of drama. That does move the needle for people. People will tune into that. Here's James Wood. David and the Nats. Nice numbered card there, 28 out of 149. Here's Roman Anthony. Piece of the jersey that's going to go to Jacob and the Red Sox. Yeah, today was very good for golf. I agree. They really need to figure out all that, you know, get those live guys back to in the fold somehow. Because, you know, yeah, Bryson does move the needle. And there's a Heston Kjerstad rookie auto for Jeff G and the Orioles. Nice. A couple injuries giving Kjerstad a chance to prove that he's an everyday player. There's a Mickey Mantle and another redemption. The Mick to 149 And the redemption is Jackson Merrill. This is a nice break. This is going to be for Nancy and the Padres.
How could we not, acknowledge how well he played, because he did. 260, what he had, 66 or 65. I mean, unbelievable. And, it was a good tournament. And you had a lot of players. I mean, but Roy, winning.
Nice. There you go, Nance. Won that in the Philly.
Look at the shots he made. I mean,
I'm also wondering when those live contracts go out, like there's Kevin Parada, the Devil wears Parada to 25. That'll be for James and the Mets. When those live contract runs out, what's going to happen? They're going to re-sign them for like $1 zillion? All right, I think I saw this Golf Central Jack Nicklaus interview already, so that means they've replayed this. Am I going to watch the Masters again? They're going to have a replay on CBS.
again, there's an alley, there's a window. The target is actually the short bunker at 12.
Well, we are in golf major season, and as Oliver's mentioning, we are going to be in another good part of the year, the NBA playoffs, Stanley Cup playoffs. Here's Jace Bofferin. That's going to be the 99 for the Blue Jays. And the last box coming up, believe it or not. Yeah, Lakers T-Wolves in the first round. Yeah, I think that is a bit of a tough one. It's definitely going to be a challenge. Empty box. But I think they can pull it off. Yeah, NFL draft coming up too, right, in a week or so. Yeah, Clippers Nuggets is going to be interesting. Nuggets firing, pulling a Memphis. Except they Nuggets cleaned house. They got rid of their GM and the coach and the GM. Apparently they were fighting for a long time. They were never seeing eye to eye for the last couple years or so, and they're just like, you know what? We're gonna eject both of you, is what they said. Yeah, Clips Nuggets should be fun. Yeah, I'm glad that we're finally at NBA playoffs. That's definitely an exciting part of the year. Maybe Kings, maybe Kings winning their way out of the play and then getting smoked by OKC. Oh no, there's Bryson putting it in the water. There's Aaron Judge to 149, Yankees. I'm loving that the just like the Frozen song, for the first time in forever, the Lakers are actually going to get a little break. I think anytime they've been in the playoffs, it's been through the play-in spot, and it's been a bit of a challenge for them. With as old as LeBron is. Here's Jace Bowen to 99 for the Pirates. And here's a Joey Lopefito. Rookie relic for Toronto. That's going to go to Coppola and the Blue Jays. And the autograph, we've got Andrew Painter. It's another, along with Aiden Miller, another up-and-coming prospect for the Phillies. Adam with the Fightin' Phils, last spot mojo. There's a James Wood Sensations insert. There's Adrian Santana to 199 for Tyler and Tampa. We got Bud Selig. That'll be part of that pile up there. And here's Emmett Sheehan. And that will be for Jorge and the Dodgers. Here's a Brandon Maes Sensations Red /99. That'll be for Matt Smith. We got a Noah Shanuel tie-dye /25. That's for the Halos. That's going to be for Adam. And that, my friends, is that. A Chase Dollander at the end for the Rocks. There you go, boys and girls. Nice little break. Let's randomize the Bud Seligs to somebody. And then we'll do a recap.
Make something happen.
All right, so let's get some new dice. Here's some new dice, new list. Let's gather everybody's names, 1 through 30. And the name on top will get those Bud Selig cards after 2. And that's going to be Adam. We'll get those extra Bud Selig cards. And here's the recap, boys and girls. There you go. Thanks, everyone, for getting in. This was a pretty nice break. Jackson Merrill, Heston Kjerstad, some James Wood. All right, it's a nice tie-dye here. The out of 5 Wainwright. More Jackson Merrill. Dylan Cruz jersey and auto. All right, Silver Skeens, tie-dye autographs. Out of 10 Tommy Troy's. More tie-dye. Love the zebra print. Bo Jackson. Jackson Churio for the Brewers. Got a tricolor Paul Skeens. Nice color patch in that James Wood. Gold Colson Montgomery. Boch. Gold Pete Rose /10. Connor Norby /10. And, of course, the Jacob Wilson RPA and the Paul Skeens Red. Fun break, boys and girls. Thanks for watching. Thanks for breaking with me. I'm Joe, and I'll see you next time for the next break. Bye-bye.